What is an earthquake? This video is the first video and will cover the first part of the report, talking about earthquakes in general and about how to relate the earthquake you're provided for your assessment and to write about it. What is an earthquake? An earthquake is a vibration in the earth or of the earth, and this vibration causes a rapid release of energy. What happens is on the top of the earth is a layer of rock called the crust, and what will happen is this part of the earth will move. The plates, or two areas of earth that are sitting next to each other, will move in opposite directions. This opposite movement releases a stored up amount of energy and causes vibration in the form of what we call seismic waves. The point where this happens in the earth is the focus, and we measure the epicenter at that same point on the top of the earth. Earthquakes, as mentioned, are caused by sudden movements along a fault line. A fault is a crack in the earth. So this here is an example of a fault. Inside the earth there is a crack where two different parts of earth meet. And what will happen is these cracks are stuck together, and what they do is they store what we call elastic potential energy. And this is because both sides are putting pressure on each other. This pressure comes from the earth's plates that are constantly moving and slowly putting pressure on each side. What will happen is these faults can sit dormant or asleep for many years and build up lots and lots of energy. Eventually, this fault line will move, as shown by the arrows. They'll move in opposite directions, and all this energy that's been stored will be suddenly released. They will get released as waves, and all the energy will travel through the earth, vibrating it. So this here, the focus, is where the energy was released, and it gets moved through waves right through the ground and through the underneath and the surface. Now, the spot that's called on is the focus, and that is really important because this focus and the way the fault moves will determine how severe the damage is from the earthquake. In this case, the fault line is moving up and down. If a fault line moves upwards, that can cause a lot of damage on the ground. The other option on the previous slide was left and right, which causes damage on the ground but not nearly as significant damage as up and down. So what do you need to do? You'll be given an earthquake, and for your specific earthquake you need to do the following things. First of all, define what an earthquake is. So talking about how an earthquake is a vibration or shaking of the earth caused by a rapid release of energy. And this earthquake occurs when the ground shakes because there's been sudden movement of rock inside the earth's crust. Then, for your earthquake, when and where did that occur? Where was the focus, the epicenter? How deep was the earthquake? How deep underground was it? And how intense was it? And depth and intensity we'll come to later. How did the fault line move? So did it move left or right? Did it move up or down? Did it move quickly? Was it shallow? How does this movement happen? The last part then was how does that type of movement affect the environment? So you've got to make a link there. Link into how that up, down, the shallowness, the depth, the vibration and the movement, how did it damage or affect the environment? Was it a really shallow earthquake, so all the energy was released close to the surface, caused a lot of damage? Did the fault line move upwards, pushing everything on the ground in a completely different direction? So you need to do your research, figure out exactly how it moved, how much did it move, did it move 2 centimetres? Did it move 20? Did it move a kilometre? Was it right in the middle of a city that happened, or was it far away? Was it 1 kilometre under the ground or 20 kilometres? You need to find some numbers and use that to link it to how much damage happened. Okay, just to recap and give a quick explanation of everything so far. An earthquake is vibration that is created in the Earth's crust. It comes from energy being released when the Earth is pushed or pulled. Many earthquakes occur along faults or cracks in the Earth. Earthquakes travel across the land like a wave travelling through water, and everything on the Earth's surface is affected by it. The point in the Earth's crust where an earthquake occurs is called the focus, and the point above this on the surface of the Earth is called the epicenter. We use the epicenter to tell where the earthquake originated from. And also, one thing that may be mentioned but would not be relevant to us is when an earthquake occurs under the sea rather than on land, it can create a giant sea wave called a tsunami. The next video will be looking at things like intensity, measuring earthquakes, and the waves of energy and how they move as well.